Okay, we're live here at the SpaceX, Boca Chica, Texas. They have not letting anybody down near the beach area, and they're closing the beach too, unfortunately. So waiting for the data stream to get stable. And if anybody joins me, please say hi in local so I know. Like and subscribe to the channel would be very nice. If you want to leave a super chat, you can. It's appreciated. It helps out. And just an FYI, today is my birthday. And I'm sorry if I'm anything heavy. I'm trying to stabilize some tripods here in the high grass. If you want to drop some cash my way, I don't mind. We're here across from the build site of SpaceX here. Thank you. I'm not zoomed in all the way on that camera. I can go to 600 millimeters. I'm only at about, it looks like 250. I'm setting up the other camera. As we speak. Well, it's actually more than 600 since I have a 2X on there. The hard part is trying to get the camera level. I'm trying not to trample too much grass out here. I am just outside the protected wildlife area. I do think I'm having some data packet loss here, but it's not easy when you're over near the build site. They have so many structures here that impede the cell signal. Okay, well, I'm actually listening on a delay since I wanted to make sure the sound was coming through. It makes it good. If you want to tweet your friends and let them know that we're out here. Check the second camera here. James in Canada, yeah, up there in the icy Canada region. If y'all need any maple syrup, yeah, I think he has some sources for some underground maple syrup. Trying not to trip over cables and trying to make sure I'm not picking up a snake or something. Okay. This is not where I want it to be. I kind of wanted to get to the beach, but they wouldn't let me down there. And a lot of other spots I was looking at, the tower's in the way, so I can't really see much from there. So from this angle, at least, I can see both. Birch syrup. I've never heard of birch syrup. That sounds interesting. I'm assuming it's made from the birch tree. And then again, we do have hazelnut spread and those other ones too. Welcome to the party, Nightbot. Well, I would assume it's different flavor. I'm assuming it's harvested the same way. Pad clear in 30 minutes, yes. We're expecting a lift here. Today is my birthday. I'm taking the time off to, hang out and see if we can see a lift here. Sorry I couldn't get down to the beach to get a better angle. But yeah, we're sitting talking about different types of syrups, maple syrup and birch syrup. Has anybody ever made a pine syrup? What would that be like? I saw someone eating pine nuts the other day, but I do remember getting the pine syrup, or not leaning on a pine tree and getting stuck to it. All the sap from the pine tree, that's what I want to say. We have a beautiful day today. There is not a cloud in the sky. We have the guys from Rocket Ranch, I believe. They're doing a beach cleanup, or road cleanup, where they're picking up trash. So please don't litter if y'all are out here. I would appreciate it. I'm going to walk over to the road here. I might lose audio, but I need to get my drink. Our road cleanup. Too many masks out here in the grass. I know the audio is choppy here. But I'll be back. Mind if I give you that? Up after the weekend. Gotcha. Yeah, there was a PA announcement. Pad to be cleared in about 30 minutes.
Oh, sweet. About how long?
That was 6 minutes ago. Stuff. Got the he's out here. So rocket. We shall do that. Keep an eye out for trash. Not everybody is kind to the wildlife. And I picked up some M&Ms to snack on. I did not realize that they were caramel, which is not good when ditchers. Paint thinner for pine nut syrup is paint thinner made out of pine syrup? I don't know, it's amazing how some things are made. I don't know if you ever looked at sauerkraut, how that was originally made. From what I understand, it was originally done by pressing cabbage between some rocks to ferment for about a year. I keep forgetting the external mic here. Turpentine, that's interesting. Wonder who thought of that. I wonder what that process involves. Now I'm going to have to look at some YouTube videos on that. Thank you very much, James, for that. They do have a lift up on the booster. And it looks like they have another lift up towards the Starship itself. 20 minutes to potential lift, hopefully. Now this YouTube stream is brought to you by the greatest space corporation there is out there, with more launches than anybody else. Blue Origin. I'm sorry, I cannot say that clearly without laughing too much. I'm trying not to laugh. And of course, that is just totally a joke. So far, Elon's the only one to be able to keep a rocket up. Jeff Bezos is only good for about 8 minutes so far. And I got the cameras set up for the launch. we can see that they got another booster section in the high bay here. I would swing around to show that, but I don't want to mess things up right now. And the new wider bay is progressing rapidly. We've seen what was some more equipment for the new wide bay. Again, if you're just joining, thank you very much. A like and subscribe would be nice. Today is my birthday, so I am kind of taking a little break from driving Uber and figured I'd come out here for this. It was either that or go visit my girlfriend, but that's a 6-hour drive. I do miss her. I haven't seen her in a long time. And yes, I do have a girlfriend. And she is real, not animated. Back clear in 15 minutes. Now, trying to watch it last night from the hotel, they got the chopsticks up there around the Starship, and rumors is they lifted it a little bit, but I'm not sure on that. I wasn't here for that. I was falling asleep. I went by one of my favorite bars there in South Padre Island, Tequila Sunset, and they were buying me a couple drinks for my birthday, which was very nice of them. But the only problem is the drinks they chose had a very high alcohol content. So when I started hearing about them starting to do some stuff with the Starship, I just didn't rush over here for that. So surprisingly, it's gotten nice and warm today. The weather app says it's 58 degrees, but it feels closer to 70 right now. I'm in my short sleeve shirt and it's kind of relaxing. You can hear the orcans over there. They're awfully loud little birds. We see the lift moving away from The booster, which is a good sign, are moving back towards the booster. The booster, yeah, and also is moving away from the Starship as well. One degree above freezing. I kind of missed the cold weather. Looks like the lifts are lowering. I don't know if y'all looked at the booster lift video I did in 4K. And it should be done processing the 4K version. Sorry about that. It's an hour long. I did throw in some good pictures here and there from the camera. You may see a few seconds here and there in between the actual footage from the other camera. Pad clear in 5 minutes. Okay, just waiting to see something here. Pad cleared in 5 minutes. And I'm seeing the screens and the monitors getting kind of covered with the pollen here. So I'm going to walk around the front and check the lenses. They look clean. They look clean. Sorry, I should have blocked the view there. Okay. And wow, I have not been here that long and I already have a spider building a spider web between the tripod legs. I think he found a new home. And so what do y'all think? You think the lift's going to be a good lift? Or you think the Starship's going to fall off? And once they put it on top of there, how long do you think they're going to leave it up there? Just a few days? A week maybe? And do you think they're going to do a static fire with the Starship on top of it, of the boosters? Right now I'm wearing one of my SpaceX shirts that was a gift from one of the employees last year. He has mentioned he has something else for me this year. So I can't wait to see what that is. Pad should be clear by now. Both lips look like they're down and stored. Yeah, they may do that. However, I'm kind of concerned because I did hear an unconfirmed report that there is no locking mechanisms between the Starship and the booster. That the booster is, or the Starship is just technically sitting on top of the booster, which to me sounds insane. Especially if they plan to launch it like that and use just the inertia to hold them together. It simplifies things. So if there is enough of a lip to fit inside, that may work. That may work. But man, you get to prompt those flaps at a high speed, and that Starship itself wants to go a slightly different angle than the booster, it's going to tumble off, I would assume. So we're right at 11 o'clock. We had a pad clear on the PA system 5 minutes ago, and thank you very much, John T. I appreciate that. Like and subscribe to the channel would be appreciated. It helps. If I can get enough viewers where the monetization, brings in a little bit of money each day, then I can get out here and do more. Right now I am doing Uber for a living. It's not my living. I work in the computer IT field. Handle some doctor's offices and stuff back in Louisiana. Doing the Uber, I find, gives me more flexibility, and I enjoy just talking to people, driving around. Right now, I have not had the best of luck. My Tesla is in the shop again for the third accident. Hopefully, I get that back soon because I missed the car. From my angle, it kind of looks like chopsticks aren't touching the forward flaps yet. I see a slight little gap on the other camera. I don't know if y'all can make that out. Well, Lab Padre has their rover cams that are very nice. That's kind of one reason why you don't see me trying to set up a remote 24/7 camera out here, because Lab Padre has already done a very good job. They have several cameras. They've done a great job. They're locals. They've been here before. The guy who runs Lab Padre, he is from this area, so he's not someone coming in to try to take advantage of what money you can make off of covering Starship. So, I respect them for that. I think it's a shame all these others coming in, setting up cameras, trying to imitate them. I don't see the real point in that. And for me, I'm not very comfortable trying to beg people for money, and I'm out here doing this because this is what I like to do. This is what I like to see. Don't get me wrong, it'd be nice to be able to make money from this, but It's not what I'm doing for a living right now. Okay. Well, it should be lifted anytime soon. They have pad clear. Pad is completely clear. We do see a little bit of a gap in between the chopsticks and the forward flaps. I haven't seen that gap close, but then again, I don't know if it's the angle I'm in. There may not be a gap. It's not like that Starship is small. So even though I'm on a slight little hill here and we're at a distance, there is a slight incline which can deceive you in the angle. And just to remind y'all, I am out here on my birthday, trying to do a live stream here. You can ask James in Canada. I was talking about it last night. And, okay, the gap will stay the same, so it must be an angle. You can ask James in Canada. I was really discussing if I should stay around in case they do a lift today or go visit the girlfriend for my birthday. No, I don't think they would. There are lift points. Thank you for the birthday. Thanks. So how fast do you think this lift will be? Do you think it'll take them 5 minutes, 10, 15, or 20? What are y'all's thoughts? 30 minutes? 20? Okay. I'm kind of hedging maybe 45 for the first time. But then if they start lifting it, how long do you want to be lifting it? You don't want a sudden change in weather, some high winds to come in. Yeah, it did take several hours. I actually fell asleep trying to watch it. My cat wasn't happy. She was trying to sleep and didn't like the stream going while I was watching it. But yeah, if anybody wants to wish, me more luck for the year, it'd be nice. Like I said, my Tesla's in the shop again for the third accident in less than a year. Last year, February 8th. And then again last year was the second accident, and then one on January 17th. I'm hoping to get the car back. And then on one of the nights, I'm sitting there walking down the road late at night, trying to get some pictures over at SpaceX, and I lose my footing on the gravel, and I take a nice hard hit on the ground. So my right leg is still killing me. And it's been almost 3 weeks now. No, almost two, yeah, a little over 2 weeks now. No, 3 weeks. And it is bruised like crazy. I'm hoping I didn't break something or crack something. So I haven't had the best of luck. Even last year I was trying to be nice and help someone out who needed a vehicle and sold them my Tahoe. They were supposed to cut my grass for me every other week and pay me $250 a month to pay it off. I gave them a great deal on it. They were supposed to send me a promissory note. I made life easy for them, so I just signed the title over to them. They were supposed to send the promissory note the next day. 3 months later, they sent me a promissory note and a check for $175, his first payment. And that's been a little over 4 months now. And he's refused to pay anymore, and he just laughs about it. You try to help someone, and they take advantage of you, and they just think it's funny. And what's bad is he's a disbarred lawyer. So he knows that it would cost me tons of money to go after him, more than what it's worth. The sad thing is that his uncle vouched for him, and trying to get his uncle to do something about it, every time I try to talk to him, it's always the same thing. It's making his blood pressure go up. He doesn't want to talk about it. It's like, really? Sorry for the view. I am looking over a source of water here. And it is getting warmer today, so we got a little bit of that heat glare coming up off the water. There are spots I could have set up a little bit closer along the road, but the tower would have been in the way. So I went from this section because I can see the booster on the right side of the tower and the Starship on the left. I was going to walk out further to the water bank area, but that is actually a wildlife protected area. So there's a line here that you're not supposed to cross, and I am not going to cross it. I've seen others sneak out into areas where they're not supposed to go. You know, we do have a pad clear, and we do have some vehicles still coming down the road. So I don't know if these are just some vehicles of people trying to get down there to see stuff and getting turned back. They have cleared out the beach, so no one's allowed to be on the beach for this, which really was not a happy thing to hear for me, because I would have liked to have been up down the beach. I am using 2 tripods, so I have my streaming device braced to one of the tripods, so whenever I tap the screen or something, that's where you see a little bit of shake from. I should bring out a 3rd tripod just for that, but man, it's already hard carrying all this stuff, especially with my leg. I'm having to check the phone here. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Gary. I really do appreciate it. HBD for so-called. Oh, from South Carolina, I believe. It's hard for me to see the phone here in the sunlight. And I had to look at the phone for that because, unfortunately, they still haven't added a feature for this device to show super chats. I'm kind of wondering what the holdup is. I can't wait for a day when SpaceX actually starts publishing information on when they do stuff, especially for launches and stuff. It'd be nice to know in advance instead of having to guess. I hear a lot of rumors. I had someone saying they're going to be launching on Friday. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But I've heard a lot of rumors like that they're supposed to launch a few months ago, but Jeff Bezos shut them down, and I don't know. The FAA should be done with their assessment by the end of February, unless they push it back again. I hope they don't. So hopefully they don't push it back again. That was kind of a mistake on my part there. The mistake was my battery order on the cameras. Until the tower has its covering, do you think they're going to cover the tower? They may just keep it an open structure. Well, yeah, you would think they would have to protect those, but you risk also having the covers getting blown off and into the stuff, causing more damage. And it's not like those flames are going to sit there for a long period of time. But that'll be interesting to see if they do that. The noise you hear back here, background here, that's them working on the wide bay. They're still putting up some wall panels in between the gaps. And so far, judging by the nose of the Starship is, I haven't seen any movement yet. For things like this, it'd be really nice to be able to have audio from SpaceX to hear what's going on. I'm not sure why the other camera cut off there. Thank you. I think they're going to try to lift it today, unless they cancel. But I know how you gotta go. So be safe out there. If we hear the roads opening again or something, then we know they're canceling it. But I think of all the prep work last night, they're pretty much ready to go. Like I say, unless they ran into an issue. We have Crane X off to the left, out of the way. I remember, if y'all are out here trying to take pictures and see stuff, don't cross into the National Wildlife Reserve area. Let's not spoil it for everybody else. There are poles and signs marked. Some people have taken down some of the signs. But there is a barrier, there is a line that's telling you that access is not allowed. Okay, so we have the quick disconnect for the Starship on top, dropping down. Thank you, John. Let's see if I can pan up for that. Oh, that's too high. Doesn't look like it's moving anymore, so it's probably right where it's going to be. Whoop. So now to tell me they're prepping, getting the area clear. For the lift. Okay, and the spider is back, trying to work on his web again. He doesn't take no for an answer. They may be lifting the Starship on top of the booster. Sorry. Hold on. They might be lifting the Starship itself up top of the booster.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, that's the.
That way they wouldn't let us down on the beach.
Yeah.
So it's the rocket that we're going to lift up?
Yeah, the second part of it that's to the left with the chopsticks. They're going to use the chopsticks to try to lift it up and put it on top of the booster.
Okay. When are they going to fire it off?
That has not been determined yet.
Sorry?
That hasn't been determined yet. So.
Do you know if they let you do tours of this place or anything?
No, no. Only the local schools so far.
Okay.
But eventually,
Okay.
one day they might.
Okay.
But it's kind of neat to be able to look in and see everything. Oh, sorry. It's kind of neat to be able to look in and actually see everything they're doing.
Oh, okay.
This road up here, right before the sign, you can actually drive down that road. You just can't get out and go onto the SpaceX property, so you can get very close to ships that are down there.
Okay.
So,
Thank you.
okay. Hello? Hello? Not sure who was calling me. Well, since it's not a static fire or something, they probably don't need to have everybody, just all the non-essential personnel, leave the pad. They may have some people there close by that has to respond quickly, has to do with this. But yeah, it is funny how they can be extra cautious at times. Got people out here trying to see if they can get tours of SpaceX. So we are kind of hoping that we might have a lift this morning. But we have to understand that this is SpaceX. They're just testing. And lifting a Starship like this with chopsticks has never been done before. So this is history making. They did do some load tests, and then it looked like they worked on the tower for a while after they did a load test. And so after they did the load test, they looked like they worked on the tower a little bit. And then they did another load test. So maybe they found some issues, and they tried to work those issues out. Hopefully they resolved whatever those issues were. Back up that quick disconnect. Sorry for the shake, I'm just trying to get the focus as sharp as possible. So earlier, if y'all just joined us, we were talking about maple syrup and some other syrups. What was it? That James was talking about. Birch syrup, yeah, that's what it was. Birch syrup. Just kind of wondering if anybody else out there who's watching, if you know of anything else they make syrup out of. Not that y'all come to this channel to watch and talk about syrups. We know they make tequila from cactuses. Can they make a syrup from a cactus? They have a lot of people here working at SpaceX today. I think a lot of them are hustling to get ready for the presentation that Elon's to be doing tomorrow. And as far as I understand, it's supposed to be a private presentation, which we can thank COVID for that. COVID is still messing up so much stuff. I see a whole lot of vehicles coming down the road from the pad area. But it is close to lunchtime, so it could be employees leaving for lunch. I don't know. Again, I hate to repeat myself, but I am out here watching SpaceX live across from the production site. I'm walking to the car right now to get something to drink. I was kind of debating if I should come to check them out. Since today is my birthday. Since today was my birthday, I'm not sure where the emergency blinkers are on the car, so I'm trying to get used to it. And it's a shame to see people setting up and doing a live stream or you see some people trying to sneak across and into the protected area. Kind of hate for them to ruin it for us. Well, we've been live streaming now for about an hour and a half, waiting for a full stack. That they may be having issues. Or maybe not. We still have a road closure in effect and a beach closure. I do see areas that would be great for live streaming from, but it's kind of borderline on the edge. Okay. I'm not looking at the screen right now. I'm actually shifting my stuff over a little bit further here. Yes, today should be the stacking of the serial number 20 on the booster. We are believing. And I'm going to save y'all from the jitter for a second. Do a countdown timer. I'm trying to re-find the starship. Oh, too low there. Okay. There we go. Oh, there we go. We're back. There we go. I'm just trying to fight this haze. That's okay. How are you today?
All right. See any activity?
Well, we saw the quick disconnect arm come down a little bit. Supposedly security's still at the pad.
They still haven't closed the road over here. People are still driving out there.
Well, it's closed to the construction area.
Oh, okay.
So if you go down towards the pad, they're not going to let you go to the beach or anywhere.
Right, okay.
Since it's not a static fire, they don't really have to close that big of an area.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I thought it was weird they were kicking off the beach, but they never did close the road.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange too. It's like, really? Okay.
They're just still driving on that. I guess they're all the road construction, they want to keep working on that, I guess.
Yeah, mainly it's for what they're trying to do today. I believe they're going to be doing a lift of 20 on top of there.
That's the hope. The sheriff, when he came out and posted, he's like, I think they're gonna try to put the black thing on top of the other thing. Oh, okay.
The whatchamajig on top of the thingamabob. Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm not crossing the Federal Reserve line.
All right, cheers.
But yeah.
What's your channel?
Mars Embassy.
Oh, yes, sir.
Have you seen any of the launches?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm
You're local?
addicted to watching all these streams.
Yeah, I came down here in October of 2020 for 3 days. I just haven't left yet. So I have been.
Yeah, we came down for 15 and 16, and yeah, then it was like, well, I guess we got to buy a place in Port Isabel.
Yeah, I've been staying at one of the hotels there. So.
We stayed over in the Long Island Village. That was really nice.
Yeah, those are kind of nice too.
Really great view.
That is actually where the Everyday Astronaut actually has his home. His Mars Studio B. Where he can actually see SpaceX from his back porch.
Let's hope they do something today.
I'm hoping. I decided to come down and do a stream anyway. Today's my birthday, so I'm like,
Well, happy birthday, but yeah,
like,
I hope they do something for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess if they've cleared the pad except for security, it's a good sign.
Yeah, I don't know if they need to move everybody from the pad, but just most of the people. But that has been quite a while. The quick disconnect arm was reported moving downward at 11:30 or 11:29. So.
Which quick disconnect? The one on the claw?
Well, it's near the top, near the booster. Top of the booster. That's the quick disconnect for the Starship itself. So they definitely got it out of the way, so when they do lift the booster or the Starship and put it on top of the booster, then they can move it up. Just one less thing in the way when moving it.
Man, you got a great view up here on top.
Yeah, it gets the haze out of the way.
Fingers crossed.
Thank God. So yeah, we're hoping we're going to see a lift today. There's a lot of people down here set up for it, and they're waiting. We do see some traffic heading down towards the launch pad area, but most of it I see is construction vehicles. They are laying down some new asphalt there. A lot of painting going on around here. There's a lot of sections where they've been installing some screens or wind breakers or whatever to alongside the build site. And it is been slowly kind of rusting, and they're kind of painting over the rust. I'm sure they're using a anti-rust paint first. There was something long ago, not Rust-Oleum, it was some other brand that when you painted rust with it, it actually changed the rust to a harder substance. I can't remember what that product was. But I haven't seen that anymore. I don't know if that's like one of those items that just wasn't as good as it was cranked up to be. Osflow? Hello, Wayne. Welcome. To the channel. Yeah, they have to make it ready for the presentation. But they also have to protect it. You want to get that metal covered before the rust really sets in. Even the metal fencing, they've saw them sanding it down before priming it to be painted down near the launch pad. It's amazing how quickly rust develops when you're so close to salt water. Again, welcome. If you're joining, a like and subscribe would be nice. I had been debating if I was going to do a live stream and try to live stream this today. It is a special day. It was either this or go visit my girlfriend, which she is about 6 hours away. Instead, I'm sitting out here watching the Starship, hoping that they're going to stack it. And today is my birthday. So honestly, I can think of other things I'd rather be doing for my birthday, but I'm here. Trying to handle a shaky camera as the wind's kind of picking up a little bit. They're not bad enough for them to cancel a lift, but they're bad enough for a camera zoomed in from a great distance. Thank you, Wayne. Well, I wouldn't think mine's the best feed. I don't lie to myself. There are other channels out there that do a very good job. Lab Padre, he's been here for quite a while. I recommend their channels. He has a lot of cameras set up. He's invested a lot of money. I've been out here since October of 2020. Came out here for 3 days. And I just haven't left. I've still been living in a hotel now for over a year now. A year and 4 months living in a hotel has not been easy. And I haven't had the best of luck last year at all, with a total of 3 wrecks in the Tesla. It's now in the shop again for repairs. Hopefully I can get it back really soon. I really miss my car. I do have the full self-driving beta software. And the last wreck, if I was using the software, I would not have had that wreck. And I don't know why I wasn't using it. It's hardly ever a time when I don't use it, and the one time I don't use it is when I get in a wreck. That is Murphy for you. He likes to find the worst times to do things. The second wreck, oh, I can't believe that. It was like the worst timing. You know, I was trying to help someone out who needed a vehicle. So I signed my Tahoe over to them, and they were supposed to get a promissory note to me the next day for it. And the agreement was to cut my grass every other week back home and pay me $250 a month for the Tahoe. And it was like 4 months later, he finally sent me a promissory note and a check for $175. And then it's been 4 months now and nothing from him, and he just leaves. You know, he's a disbarred lawyer. And he knows it'll cost me tons of money to try to be able to do anything. So to him it's funny. No, I don't have Tesla insurance. I live in Louisiana, and they don't have Tesla insurance in Louisiana yet. So I'm through Progressive. So it's not the easiest negotiation. The body shop out here does have a few customers who have Tesla insurance, and they're saying it's a lot easier with Tesla insurance, especially a certified Tesla body shop. And I was pretty interested when I was talking to the insurance person yesterday. It seems that for everything that they work on, Tesla does have a fixed rate, including labor. So if it's a certified Tesla body shop, they cannot charge any extra or any more. They have to charge what Tesla states, which makes it easier for the insurance company since they have those pricings as well. I did get an email on Friday from Tesla of all the parts they've ordered for my car. So I know the part's on order. This Friday I should get another email from Tesla with tracking numbers. That's the nice thing about Tesla. They email whoever is the VIN owner of the vehicle with a status on parts orders. For me, that makes it a lot easier because then I know what the shop is getting, when they're getting it. The first time, last year, February 8th, when a dump truck took out the side of my car, they started ordering parts for my car up in Austin. It took about a month to get up there because it was right when that ice storm hit. So it was the worst timing for the accident. But when they started ordering parts, I saw some parts that were not a part of the accident, like the AC unit, the rear view mirror. And it turns out that the previous body shop, the first one it went to in Austin, or in San Antonio I mean, was taking parts from my car to fix somebody else's. So that caused a lot of issues for the next body shop that finally got it, because the first body shop had it for almost a month, and they said it was going to be almost 2 months before they can start working on an estimate on mine, which it took a month to get up there. They had it for a month. That was 2 months, and they're saying it's going to take 2 more months before they even start looking at it. So I got moved to a different body shop who can get on it right away. And then they started finding the parts that were taken from my car to fix somebody else's. Yeah, the Cybertruck would be nice. Especially for these accidents, it'd be nice to know that I wouldn't have had any damage with that stainless steel body. That would have made life a little bit easier for me. But then again, with that dump truck, with that wheel, the way it grinded the side of my car, even if it did hit the Cybertruck like that, how much would that do on the Cybertruck stainless steel? And being an exoskeleton, how would they fix that? Yeah, them taking parts is definitely not legal. But the person that car they're working on is pretty famous and really needed this car back as soon as possible. So I had parts that were on back ordered, so that's what they did. It is what it is. And it doesn't make me feel good about it. But it's not as bad as somebody buying a Tahoe from me and refusing to pay. That's totally, definitely stealing right there. And since I did sign the title over to him to make life easier, because his uncle says he's a good guy and can really use the help and the brake, there's nothing I can do about it. It's legally his. Even though I have a promissory note, even though he hasn't made any payments, except for one. And every time I call him, he either doesn't answer the phone, or the few times he has answered the phone, he just laughs and hangs up. Well, that's good to know that it could be cut out and welded in. And with it being straight, you don't have to worry about curves and bends and stuff. So it'll be, I would think, easier to fix. But can you do it without the weld marks? Or we have a permanent scar there? Which kind of wouldn't look bad, a scarred up Cybertruck. Yeah, the battle scars I think would be, you know, a nice little badge of on the car. I hope the stream is clear and stable. I'm not getting any drop frames. It looks pretty good. And we were talking, what do you think is going to be next once they stack it? How long is it going to stay stacked for? And what is the traffic going to be like after that? Can you imagine the number of people coming down here just to get pictures of it? I wish if I would have had a heads up about the plane flight over Saturday. I would have loved to get out here and get some pictures of that. I heard it from the island. It's a very sunny day today, not a cloud in the sky. which is weird because it's been weeks. And I think the live stream from the hotel is still somewhat decent as well. Watching this, I haven't been able to check. Since I've been down here, instead of doing my normal job and working in the computer IT field and stuff, I've just been driving Uber to make ends meet, which has been very hard since the car is in the shop now. And you can't drive Uber on a rental vehicle. You can rent an Uber to drive, but only in very few select cities. Yeah, they may start testing it, but what type of test are they going to do? Do you think they will do a full 29 engine static fire? Or is it just going to be nothing but cryo tests? Will they do the launch? Will Starship 20 and Booster 4 launch? And if so, when? We know we're waiting on the FAA to give their final assessment. February 28th, I think, is the date for that. I'm trying to picture, you know, I remember coming out here in October of 2020. It did not look like much at all. Oh, and just to let y'all know, the dish is now down pointing towards the Starship. I don't know how long it's been down for. I haven't been looking over that way. Let me see if I can show y'all the dish here. Wow, it's a long turn. That's the one talking to Mars. This is the one pointing to the Starship. And, you know, we got to remember that Elon is probably not from cancel. Sorry, my phone was trying to send a text message to someone. We know that Elon is probably not from this planet, so I'm kind of thinking this other dish here is planet, you know, pointed towards his planet for communications. And the other one is pointed to the Starship right now, so Elon has to be able to phone home. So So now the question is, do I stay here and wait all day for this? Yeah, they'll have to test a little bit of everything to get ready for a launch. But how much have they already tested? What do they still have to test? That's the big question. I'm just trying to move some cables and stuff around here. Well, thank you very much, Aaron. I'm trying. This is going to take, well, I do know how long this is take, but I can't say. So I'm kind of wondering if I want to stay out here that long. Mind you, as long as I'm out here, I am not making any money, since I do drive Uber for a living right now. That's not my normal job. I work in the computer IT field. I've just been doing that since I've been down here since October of 2020. All the equipment that I am using, I paid for myself. I've had a few donations on YouTube, not that much. But any donations do help, even a little bit, with some things. Okay, I'm going to try to change the power cable here. I might lose camera for a second or two, but I'm going to try to keep it going. Battery info, okay, I see both batteries, that's good. Oh, I didn't lose camera, that's good. Now the question is, do I stay out here and just wait and wait for something to happen? It could be a long day, it could be a short day. I was kind of hoping they would do a stack by now, because then I would have probably gone for a drive to go visit the girlfriend. She is 6 hours away, and it is my birthday, so I would have gone to visit her for my birthday, but decided to come down here and cover this instead. And do a live stream. Hopefully I can get a lot of people viewing. More people viewing, the better. It helps with the channel. And then I can make 75 cents today from YouTube. The monetization doesn't pay much, but it's still better than absolutely nothing at all. If there's anything y'all want to talk about, feel free to ask, and we can talk about it. If there's something that y'all want to see, I might be able to turn the camera around to be able to show y'all stuff, but I'm not in the best of angles to see what's going on in the production yard, unfortunately. I am sitting over here across from the production facility, next to the mid-bay. So I can just see the edge of a, looks like a booster in the high bay. So let me see if I can show you all that since we don't seem to see any motion on the Starship yet. So they haven't done any lifting yet. We have seen that quick disconnect arm move down. I'm going to switch views here. Different camera. And I'm going to take this camera and I'm going to swing it around. I'm trying to give y'all a view of other stuff here. And wow, is it crooked? That's what happens when you have a tripod on crooked ground. I have to zoom out. I'm way too close. Whoop. There we go. Right here we're looking at looks like a booster section in the high bay. And I didn't change the focus on the, well yeah I did hit focus, but there you have the new wide bay that they're building. I would use the other camera, it doesn't have as much of a zoom on it, but I'm having issues with the HDMI cable on that, and it causes issues if I move it too much. And let me show you here where we're at. There we go. We're here at Starbase, Texas. And we're right near the Stargate control. This is where mission control is for all the Starship launches. I don't know if I can get into focus here. I gotta walk way back and I can't do that, but yeah, I'm Keith Wisner with Mars Embassy, streaming to you live from Stargate, Texas, near, well, Starbase, Texas, near Stargate. We're watching to see when they're gonna lift Starship 20 onto BE, or booster number 4. Hopefully sooner than later would be nice. SpaceX does have their crane out of the way. And you can see there's the orbital launch fueling pad there to your right, next to the Starship. Hello, and I cannot even pronounce that. It's definitely Russian. And I'm lost for those characters. It's not Chinese. Not that I can read Chinese, but Ni wei sure putan kwa idian was sure to buhao. I can speak a little Chinese, but not very good. yeah, right there is the orbital launch fuel farm. And then to the left here was the other fuel farm that was used for the hop tests, the suborbital launch fuel farm. I'm not sure if that's still going to be used a lot. What would really be cool is if they were used this area for and use this fuel farm for testing the Raptor engines. I think that'd be so cool to mount a few Raptor engines here and test right there. Ukraine, well, okay. I hope all is going well in Ukraine. I understand there are some tensions going on out there. Hopefully those get resolved soon. It's like we have enough trouble with we have enough trouble with COVID-19. All this other tensions between countries is just ridiculous. But that's been going on throughout history. There's a YouTube series that I ran across. I was listening to one of the videos, 3 hours long, and it was called Empire's Collapse. And it goes over all the great empires and civilizations. And the guy does an incredible job. Definitely check him out. It really kind of makes me want to get more into history. I have a little bit to drink here. I didn't bring any food with me because I wasn't really planning to be here this long. Again, you know, today was my birthday. I wasn't planning to be standing out here in the grass talking to spiders, but that is what it is today. And I keep getting rid of this one spider, but he keeps coming back. He is determined to build a web on my tripod. You know, I keep doing zoomed in views. Let me do a zoomed out. There we go. We're sitting there, we're watching SpaceX here. I was hoping to be out there on the dunes to watch this, but they won't let anybody go to the beach. I didn't bring my sunblock. Sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place here with conversations. I'm trying to think about what to talk about and what y'all want to hear. We've been discussing about what they plan to do next, what we think they're going to do next. So, you know, how much testing are they going to do when they stack it? How long until, you know, they really start having lots of activity again? You know, I miss all the launches from last year. And I can tell you right now, I'm not the only one. I'm sure there's a lot of employees that may be feeling kind of nonplussed or they miss the excitement. of it all. I mean, you're working for a company building starships, having these launches, doing these tests, having tanks explode and stuff. You know, that's a lot of good excitement, and it makes you really enjoy your job. And with things slowing down so much, I mean, when was the launch? When was 15's launch? That was April or May? That was May, wasn't it? I have to look back on my videos. I've been here for all the launches. And all the other stuff that goes on. I've gotten to know a lot of the people who work here. And these guys work hard. They work 24/7. They never stop. There are people out here working on Christmas Day doing stuff. Let's see. May, I think, was number 15. Yeah, May 5th. May 5th, May 5th. What else was May 5th? Welcome, Marina. Nice to have you on the channel. We're out here waiting to see if they lift the Starship. It looked like they were going to do something around 11, but it looks like they might have ran into issues. That's been postponed. So we're waiting. I've been live streaming for almost 3 hours now. I am spending my birthday out here watching, which is kind of crazy. It's not as exciting to watch them just lift something up as opposed to a launch. I do like the launches a lot better, of course. I try to get out here to film every now and then, but it is very difficult when you're trying to make a living at the same time. And like I've been telling people, the way I've been making a living since I've been out here, I have Okay, just had a battery die. Just changing out the batteries on the mics. There, so we have some fresh batteries. So hopefully I won't lose audio again out of the blue. Hopefully y'all can hear me. The meter is showing it coming in clear. But like I was saying, I would love to hear more about what you're translating there, Maria. What type of translations? If it's technical or language, it'd be nice to know. I've been trying to work on learning Chinese, which is kind of funny because I'm down here South Padre Island, Boca Chica area, and not that many people around here, oddly, speak Chinese. But the problem is my girlfriend does not speak English very well. And to try to get her to speak English is difficult. And I think in a lot of cases for her, it's harder for her to learn English than it is for us to learn, for me to learn Chinese. I say that because Chinese is a tonal language. And her being from China, she has learned, she grew up with Chinese, so she is hard set in her ways, for one, but she's also very hard set in listening for tones, different tones of words. So if I can get her to learn the word banana, she can get that. She understands banana. But if I say banana and the tone is different, her mind automatically thinks it's a totally different word because she's hardwired to hear the tones. So that really kind of throws her. I think it's kind of weird to be using a battery to charge a battery, but we do that all the time. Yeah, so she's kind of hard set to hear the difference in tones. So like I say, if she hears the word banana, that's one word, but if you say banana, it's a totally different word in her mind. So I kind of understand where she's coming from. And for me, it's hard for me to distinguish the tones. Way sounds the same to me, and my mind doesn't want to realize that those are two different words. One is buy and one is sell, which I guess it'll be really important to try to learn the difference between those two, because you don't want to accidentally sell something when you think you're trying to buy it. So that wouldn't be a good one to mix up in a conversation, to say the least. We're out here waiting to see if SpaceX is going to lift Starship 20 on top of Booster 4. I kind of missed the launches. It was incredible to be down here watching them launch. The sound of the engines, feeling the vibrations of the engines is something else. Even for the shuttle launches, I used to go down, and I caught a lot of shuttle launches down there in Florida. And just the power of those engines and how you can feel them throughout your body from such a distance is just life-changing. If you ever go and catch a rocket launch, don't stare at your phone. Don't try to record it if you can. Avoid it. And let me see something here. I wonder if I can pick it up. We have the moon up. It is kind of bright out. So it'll be kind of hard to see, but maybe I can get it into frame here. Trying to eyeball it. Well, I'm gonna have to switch this off to the viewfinder. There. Whoop. There we go. Live view. Okay, I don't know if y'all can make this out, but let me show you here. I don't know if you can see it. It's awfully hard to tell. Let me try to pull in as much light as I can there. There we go. That is SpaceX's next target, the moon. It is kind of hard to see here in the bright sunlight, so you have to take my word for it. Past the moon rising above the Starship here this afternoon. In the wide view, you might see it in the top a little. But yeah, we have the moon here. Now I know someone was reporting that the quick disconnect moved down around 11:30. Here we are looking near the quick disconnect arm and the top of booster 4. That's Starship 20. They have lowered those catch arms. I didn't notice them lowering it. Sorry about that. But yeah, they lower the catch arms, which means that, you know, that they probably had some sort of issue with the chopsticks. So hopefully they will resolve that. And they'll try again for their lifting. I'm not sure what the problem was, or even if there was a problem. how long ago did they move those chopsticks arms down? Oh, 14 minutes ago, they were still up. Oh, there we go. So yeah, if you go about 8 minutes and 35 seconds ago, they lowered the chopsticks. So you can actually scroll back and see that in the video. I was busy putting cables in. Talking about Chinese then, sorry about that. So I didn't see them lowering it. I don't know if y'all can see. Yeah, a bunch of the wildlife out there in the water. The birds. Quite a bit all around here as the sun evaporates some of this water. The beach area, the mud area is getting bigger. I would love to go over there and set up and film, but that's inside the wildlife protected area. So you're not allowed to be out there. There's also a lot of trash out there too. That gets blown away over to there. It's peaceful and surreal over here, listening to all the construction sounds going on. Now, if anybody wants to bring some hot dogs out here and feed some of us out here watching, that'd be nice. I say hot dogs because at the Holiday Inn Beach Resort or the beach resort, they have the Oscar Mayer Wiener vehicle there. Not sure if y'all know what that is, but it was a publicity vehicle that was, you used to see a lot of ball games back in the 70s and 80s. But yeah, they're still driving around. And it was funny. See all the people stopping, taking pictures around the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile. Sorry about the crunching. All I have is a few M&Ms to live on right now. Shouldn't leave anything behind over here. is it? I should have a cable around here. Yeah, it's all the way in the very bottom of my bag. There we go. Let me show you this here. This is over here at the high bay, or the wide high bay. You see the guy sitting there on the bar, working on it. You can barely make them out here in between the mid bay and the high bay. But yeah, they're working hard over here. A like and subscribe to the channel would be nice. A tweet out would be really nice too. Let other people know about what's going on at SpaceX. Past Saturday, they had the jet fly over here at SpaceX. I kind of missed it. There was a lot going on at the island. I kind of wish if I had really time to actually enjoy that. But this is what they had going on the island there. They had a nice big kite show going on. And these kites are huge. It was making it hard to drive around the island because there was a lot of people there watching that. I think Neuralink is a good thing. I'm hoping Elon can perfect that. Just to let you know, my ex-wife, she's actually both deaf and blind. So something like that would really benefit her a lot. She could really use something like that. It can probably add a lot of normality to her life. Being able to hear and see something would be nice. Some people are trying to think that they're going to use Neuralink with the Tesla bots. I don't think they have to go that complex. I think if Tesla makes a bot, it just needs to know how to stay upright and walk. And they can probably use a VR interface similar that you do for a first-person shooter games like Counter-Strike or what have you, where you can just use controllers to control the hand motions, where the hands are going to go, and have the bot do that. It'll be a lot easier than sitting there trying to have a Neuralink hook up to a robot to learn things. But yeah, Neuralink has a lot of potentials. The ex-wife does have a cochlear implant for hearing. But the problem is the cochlear implant is limited to 12 channels. And for her, when it got implanted, they could only get 6 channels to work. So if you think of everything you listen to and you just drum it down to 6 individual tones, and that's it, that makes it very hard to hear and understand things. So to have something like Neuralink that has a lot more channels going into the brain gives a whole lot more depth of what can be done. I've heard a lot of rumors that most of the guys who work at Neuralink are already implanted, experimenting on themselves. I don't think that's the case. That's one of those massive conspiracy theories. Also, people are kind of wondering if they're going to be using Neuralink to be able to download into one of the Tesla bots. I don't think that will happen anytime in our lifetime. The human brain has a lot more storage than any computer on Earth. So if anything, it might be the other way of letting the Tesla bot use the human brain. But then we're talking about something like the Matrix. You know, let our brain become the computer. How much more can our brain process faster than a computer do? And people would debate that. I know a lot of people that, you know, well, I know some people that I'm just going to consider vegetables. Not to be mean or anything, it's just they don't seem to be there. But if you look at what your body does, what your brain does, every little bitty thing your body does, what all is involved in controlling the arm moving. You know, we just lift our arm. We don't think twice about it. We don't think about every little bitty muscle in that arm contracting and being told to contract. So a lot of the stuff that we do normally, we don't realize how complex it is until we try to do it in a robot. You know, the human brain is a powerful computer. It's an organic computer that, you know, they say we haven't used but 10% of our brain. What can we use the rest of it for? Some people have these incredible memories. They don't forget a single thing at all. Others just can't seem to remember what time you're supposed to pick them up or what time they're supposed to be at work. So yeah, Neuralink would be nice. I think they're progressing quite far on that. I haven't looked at the latest updates on Neuralink. Unfortunately, I spend 98% of my time driving around trying to catch Uber Eats orders and trying to make some money here and there to afford my stay down here. It's not cheap to stay here. Again, I've been living in a hotel now for over a year, well, a year and 4 months now. I still have to go home every now and then and try to take care of the yard and check up on the house. With the Tesla in the shop yet again for the 3rd time. from an accident. It makes it difficult. But yeah, I think there's a lot that is good about Neuralink. It will help a lot of people. Could be used for bad though, just like anything. I mean, you can check out the website. Actually, if I rotate it, might be better for y'all. Breakthrough Brain Technology. It's helping us understand the brain more, that's for sure. And the number of channels they have for interacting with the brain has really helped. So yeah, you can go to Neuralink.com and check out their website and see what's going on. So far, you know, we're not sure what's going on at SpaceX. You know, checking, you know, their website for Cameron County. We know that yesterday's was canceled. We had the intermittent closures all morning from 1:30 to 9:30. And today, my birthday, February 9th, thank you, it's still scheduled. But they also have closures scheduled for tomorrow and also coming up Friday from 4 a.m. to 4, and then Monday and Tuesday. So they have a lot of beach and road closures. Yeah, I was kind of shocked that they closed the beach too. I would love them to set up over there. But I'm really kind of surprised right here. I seem to have very good data connection here. And the view's not bad. We see the boom lift next to the booster. That has raised here recently, so they're doing something. What are your thoughts on Neuralink? Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? I think it's one of the many projects that Elon's working on to help people, which is good. Having a Tesla myself with full self-driving software, it definitely helps out when traveling around. Like I said, if I would have had that software engaged on January 17th and using it, which for some reason I was not, I would not have had my last accident. It would have saw the person, it would have braked, it would have stopped. So it's my fault. And I'm still kicking myself today trying to figure out why the hell I wasn't using the full self-driving. Since I was approved for the full self-driving beta program, I've never not used it except for that one time. It has its quirks. It has its problems every now and then, minor, but it's all in all very safe. Since I'm out here, we're going to go ahead and try to figure out what this guy is doing on the lift, where they're going. I would hate if they were trying to lower the quick disconnect arm and for some reason didn't lower all the way. But we can see the lift rising up here. On the booster side. You know, windy days, you don't want to be up on those lifts. Even the slightest wind makes those things kind of rock a little. They're kind of scary to think that they're only to a little bitty truck base that can topple over easily. I've seen that happen a few times, people trying to drive them down the street while they're extended. Stupid. And next thing you know, that tips over. So they've lowered the chopsticks, and they've only done that just a little while ago. Now, after all their testing last night, when they raised the chopsticks, did they lower them again? Because I'm pretty sure since I started streaming, they've been up. So I'm hoping that's not a sign they're canceling for today. So it looks like they're going all the way up. Or are they? They're stopping kind of low. Let's see if they go all the way up. Or if that catch arm goes down anymore. Not the catch arm, but the quick disconnect. It does look like it's kind of gone up a little. Now, if y'all do any super chats or anything like that, I don't see them on this device. I have to actually go look at the live stream myself to be able to see if y'all send a super chat. But if you do, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday. I'm 57 years old. Yeah, 57 years old. I have seen a lot of launches of the shuttles. And like I was saying, the launches of the shuttles are incredible. You don't only see it and hear it, but you feel those engines. And going down to Cape Canaveral and watching those launches, it was incredible. And then when I volunteered at the Science Museum of Virginia, in Richmond, Virginia, they have an OmniMax projection system and a Digistar system, which is really incredible. And the OmniMax is, y'all heard of IMAX? OmniMax is a little bit bigger, more 180 degrees than IMAX. The film is huge. And the projector has these liquid cooled bulbs that are under about 8 atmospheric pressures. So if you change the bulbs, you have to wear a bomb disposal suit. I've done it. Because if you drop that bulb, it's going to explode. But it actually has water flowing through it to keep it cool for this OmniMax projection. And we had a shuttle launch show on that OmniMax, on that 180-degree dome, with all those hundreds of speakers throughout the entire dome and subwoofers. And me personally going to Cape Canaveral, Florida and seeing some launches, I can tell you right now, there at the Science Museum in Richmond, Virginia, on that OmniMax projection, it was almost like being there. Not quite exactly, but it really was so close to being there. The closest you can get for not being there. So if you find yourself in Richmond, Virginia, check out the Science Museum. Check out the shows that they may have going on there. They should still be doing them. It gives you as close to as being there as possible. And yeah, I've done the same thing in VR. It's not the same. You don't get that feel. There with those subwoofers, you're feeling it in your bones. It's rattling you. So you get the same feeling as if you were there at the Cape. VR, yeah, it may look the same and kind of sound the same with that good headset, but it's not. You have to be immersed in an environment, and that's one thing that the OmniMax does. It immerses you in that environment. And that's just an incredible feeling, and I miss those days. I used to follow every solitary shuttle launch there was. Not sure what that siren was for, but they're still working over here on the high bay. But we're watching the Wooster right now. But yeah, if you get a chance, check out the shows there at SpaceX. Not SpaceX, but the Science Museum, Richmond, Virginia. It's incredible how immersive it is. It's just like being there. And I'm not sure what they're doing up there. They may be checking issues and stuff. But yeah, it looks like they're working on something over there. Yeah, it's not good that they're going back up. So what do y'all think? They've lowered the chopsticks.
Well, that Padre's calling it a day.
Ah, they're giving up.
Yeah, they said that they're just letting civilians out now.
Oh, so they're opening the road back up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least enforcement's super lax. There's just people out there gawking now. And the launch site's just swarming with activity.
Yeah. Once I saw those chopsticks come back down, and
Yeah, it's not a good sign.
it's like, okay, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. Damn.
And now the boom up there, it's like, okay.
Maybe the night shift, who knows?
Yeah.
I kind of doubt they'll do it at night.
Well, you never know. I doubt it too. There's a lot of safety issues, and my God, if they would do that, oh my God, OSHA would be all over their butt.
Right. I was
And
planning
they
on camping
definitely-
on the beach tonight anyway. I guess I'll at least try to head down there and see what happens. Have a good one.
So, not a bad day. A great view. Got some viewers watching. Thank you very much. But yeah, with them lowering the chopsticks and that boom going back up, it looks like they're canceling it for today, which is a shame. It would be nice to see them stack that on my birthday. They may try again tomorrow. I'm not sure what time. I don't know if I should come out and try to do another live stream tomorrow or not. I do need to be driving Uber and trying to make some money here. These days of sitting around watching makes it difficult because I'm not making any money these days. I'm just sitting here losing money. In a way, it's money I could be making. But you know, this is something that I gotta choose to do. It's not my viewers' responsibility to pay my bills. It's making enough content to make the channel be able to afford to make its own bills, or make enough viewers to do that, which is a good old catch-22 situation. You know, if I had the time to do things all day long and sit out here all day and watch things and not have to drive to make money doing Uber, then I can get more viewers and make some money off the monetization of the channel. But in order to get enough viewers to start making money on monetization channels, you have to be able to make all these videos, which means less time making money. If my car wasn't a target for all of these drivers out here, that would be a totally different story. But no, it seems like my car is cursed. So I may have to try to find a way to buy another car one day. Which would be nice to buy another car that's not cursed so much. But since I'm already out here, and it seems like this is going to be a cancel, let me swing the camera around and give you all a view of the work, all the banging and stuff we have going on behind us here, which is brought to you by Wide Bay Construction Crew Unlimited. Let me see here. Again, it's quite zoomed in because I have my long range lens on here. Well, we can actually check out the guys in the lift here. That are working on the new Wide Bay. Up there installing the extra support bars and stuff that is going to be used for the side panels to be held onto. Which I'm hoping they're still. And not aluminum. The panels, that is. But let's go zoom in on these guys here. As they're working on the Wide Bay. If y'all think I should come out tomorrow and do a live stream again, let me know. I'll see about trying to make that happen. Like I say, it's not easy. And I do have a goal to make a certain amount of money each day on Uber. Hopefully tonight I can make up for the missed time by dinner time rush, maybe. Right now I'm looking for possible dinner or lunch. Why do some people call lunch lunch and other people call lunch dinner? I don't know. Again, this is Keith Wisner, U.S. Coast Guard veteran. I was in the Coast Guard back in the 80s. I was stationed in Chicago, Lake Michigan, Search and Rescue. I am now running Mars Embassy. And I've been staying out here on South Padre Island, Texas, watching Boca Chica, Texas from the hotel since October of 2020. And doing everything I can to provide better coverage. To let you know, back in December, I was just using my iPhone, and then I decided to go ahead and upgrade. I got a fairly decent camera, not the best camera, a cheap camera, to do a little better, and it has a great zoom. Others have been copying that, using the same camera. instead of doing their own research on that. And as I had enough work coming in, enough Uber rides, enough money coming in from that, I was able to get better equipment. Camera equipment is not cheap. The lens on my main camera here of the zoom is over $1,000. And then the 2x teleconverter to give it a little more range was another like 500. And even the head mount on here to give me the control to be able to pan around and stuff, that was like $600. So this camera equipment is not cheap. Never was. Even when I did photography back in high school, all the camera equipment and stuff is expensive as can be. But again, I'm not out here asking for donations or money to be sent my way for this, that, and the other thing. I am trying everything I can to afford everything myself. And it all comes out of my own pocket. Oh, that's good. Hold on. Ah, crap. Crap. Oh, here we go. Switch back over to, oh, not yet. Turn that back on. Now I can switch back over. Hopefully. There we go. There's a better view of the moon this afternoon in the skies over Boca Chica in Texas here. Beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky. I'm going to try to focus it in there as sharp as I can. As we're watching the moon here. I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream now. We have a scenic pan out from the moon. With a bounce. Scroll down. Back to the starship, to the moon. We need to get to the moon. I'm going to switch over to the other camera for right now as I start breaking things down and things up to go. Yes, and thank you. I can use the strength. It's my birthday today, and I am happy. And remember, even if you're not happy, tell yourself you're happy. It screws with the brain. Makes the brain wonder why. And like I said, I'll keep the live stream going right now. It takes a little bit of time to pack all this stuff up. Got to protect the cameras and the lenses and stuff. So it's a process in itself. There's that lens cover I was looking for. It's like when you want to take good pictures, you need a good camera, but yet you don't want to damage that camera. And just in case you're wondering, I'm actually using a good Sigma lens. It's quite expensive, those lenses. It's shocking how expensive they are. There are some new lenses I need to buy. My latest camera, the D850, is a nice 45 megapixel camera. It has incredible resolution. It's a great camera. Unfortunately, most of the lenses I have are VX lenses. Yeah, they're a lens. They're lenses I have is for my other camera, which is the D500. They're VRDX lenses. I need to get some 5X lenses, or FX lenses, I mean. But those are expensive, very expensive. Almost a little over $2.5 grand for the one I kind of want. $1,000 for some other ones. They're all outrageously expensive, if you ask me. But that's what the camera industry is. It's not like people go out and buy these type of cameras anymore. They are all busy using their iPhones for everything. And yeah, iPhones have a great camera. They have a pretty good zoom. They're getting better. But it's still just not the same quality as a DSLR camera. The DSLR cameras, or DSL cameras, yeah, whatever, I can't speak right now, are quite nice in the quality. They're digital now, not like they used to be. You can't really compare digital to film because, you know, we're sitting here talking about resolution, you know, 45 megapixel, oh yeah, it's nice and what have you. But when you compare that to the old DSL or old cameras with film, you don't have a megapixel there. It depends on the film you're using. And some of the film I used to use, oh my goodness. You don't have a limit to them. But anyway, thank y'all for joining. Have a nice day. I'm ending this stream now at the 3-hour, 49-minute mark. Hopefully, everything will be canceled today. Peace out. Love y'all. Whiny. In case y'all wondering, Whiny is Chinese for I love you. I love all y'all watching. So, maybe let's try again tomorrow.